What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. The Year 8 Season 1 PTS is live, and to be honest, it is busier than ever. Look at all the people that are in here right now. What is the contaminated zone investigated thing at the top? But anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so this is all of the gear. So remember, if you create a brand new character on the PTS, you get a character with all of the new gear. Big shout out and thank you to the devs that organize that if you are watching. But yeah, here it all is. So we'll start off with the main gun. Here it is, the exotic F2000. Okay, so a lot of people are excited about this. It looks pretty crazy. What is interesting though is if we take a look at this, so we've got 20 rounds, 10 crit chance, and 50% swap speed. Now obviously we'll be able to roll the attribute off, but that all makes sense when it comes to swap speed when we take a look at the talent. So you can see here that while this weapon is holstered, it generates 50% less threat when shooting. So basically you're less likely to be taking damage so then keeping the weapon holstered for 10 seconds, it primes it. While primed, swapping to this weapon grants 25% rate of fire, 30% weapon damage, and you generate 100% more threats. So it'll be interesting to see how the enemies actually react to this. Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see how that actually plays out. But let me know if you're excited to use this. Obviously exotics cannot be prototyped. I've made a video about prototype, be sure to go and check that out. We then got the named gun, the Trader, and that has got a brand new talent on it as well. Everything is definitely about swapping though this season. So swapping to this weapon grants 13% rate of fire and 12% damage for 10 seconds. Swapping from this weapon grants 5% rate of fire and 4.5% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Receiving one of the bonus groups will remove the other one if it is still active. 2 instances of this talent will not function at the same time. I'm not sure if I'll use that, but there'll be a regular back and forth as well. So we will think about it a little bit. We've then got the interchange that also has that same talent on as well. I think I missed that from my previous videos that we did. We've then got a brand new gun called the Whiplash. I think this will be used a lot, especially for guns that have a huge reloading times, like LMGs, for instance. So we've got faster than reloading, and the name says it all, to be honest. Having this weapon holstered for 5 seconds reloads and primes it. We're priming guns again. While primed, swapping to this weapon reloads your primary and secondary weapons and grants 20% rate of fire and 50% weapon damage until the magazine is emptied. Well, we're not too bothered about that because essentially we're going to swap to it and then swap back to our primary, and then we're going to keep shooting. And I think this could be really good. And to be honest, this is exactly as how I would want it. I don't want damage target out of cover here. I want swap speed to make that faster, because as well, if you look here, the mod on it has 50% swap speed as well, which is crazy good. So if we just head down into the range before we look at the rest of the gear, and we'll probably do a in-depth video on this to be honest later on this weekend. But if I put on, hopefully I've got another gun here, it's like this LMG here. We put the Whiplash on. I'm shooting and then I can reload. So this is quite a painful one. If I do this and I just go, I mean, you didn't even see the Whiplash. And you can swap to it. It's that fast with that 50% mod. Obviously you can see down at the bottom there, you've got to wait for it to generate back, but watch how quick I can do this. Really quick. So as long as your gun's got enough bullets in to outlast this 5 seconds, you're on an absolute win. And if it doesn't, you kind of just have to get it in your head that every other reload, you know, potentially is that how you would use it. So I really like this. I think this has got a lot of versatility. It'll be a little bit awkward swapping from my run fast pistol to this during missions and not forgetting that, but I think it actually could be pretty good. We've then got the investor, which is definitely interesting because it doesn't have a mod slot. It actually rolls with 3 attributes. It can come with any core attribute as well. So it says receive bonuses for each non-core attribute on this item, depending on the color. So 10% critical hit damage, 5% skill efficiency, or armor regen. This item can feature any core attribute. This item features a 3rd random attribute instead of having a gear mod slot. This item cannot feature headshots, health, or skill repair. So definitely interesting. And if you use the cash that you buy from the vendor in the PTS, it will roll different every time that you pick it up. So yeah, that is pretty interesting. As far as other exotics, I think that is it. That's a lot. So yeah, that is a lot. So let's take a look at the core strength set, which gives us weapon handling, weapon damage, total armor, and skill efficiency. And then it has a 4-piece bonus for each core on the gear pieces. Receive 40% of the other 2 core bonuses. Skill tiers count for 15% skill efficiency when these bonuses are applied. All pieces from this gear set, apart from the backpack, feature random cores. So again, another one that might be difficult to farm as a set, but you can see here the backpack contains all 3. And the talent on the backpack, the talent does not provide a direct change to the core exercise talent. The backpack features all 3 core attributes. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see if this one's actually worth running, or maybe running the ninja bike backpack instead. But the chest piece has its talent as well. It increases the percentage of the bonuses you receive from the other cores from 40 up to 60. So yeah, definitely a crazy kind of set. I do wonder what it is, you know, what it is and how much it's actually going to be of value. All right, so moving on now to the Royal Works set. So we'll look at the named pieces first. We'll look at the named pieces because there's not much point looking at the regular pieces. But the set itself, the actual brand set, gives us weapon handling, magazine size at 32%, which is pretty huge considering we've had a lot of magazine size buffs in the game recently. And then 15% crit hit damage, which I kind of feel like that's not really worth speccing into. But I guess we'll see how well that turns out. Perfect Gunslinger, giving 28% damage on the chest piece. And then we've got the Bulldog, which again, another talent that I feel like is overlooked because it has a low value. We got Perfect Composure coming in at 20%. So yeah, I need to check that out because obviously we've got other, you know, talents on the backpack that do significantly more damage. But I can't remember if Composure is additive or amplified or not. With it being orange gives me the thoughts that it might be amplified, but I mean, people don't generally use it. So being in cover though now, looking at the Big Al and things like that, maybe I'll give that one another look. You guys can let me know if I'm missing out in the comments down below. So we've covered the Royal Works, we've covered the core strength, we've covered the investor. We've got Royal Works here. We've covered the chest piece, Royal Works and core strength there. Turmoils we don't need to know about because they're already there. And yeah, that is it. We covered that and covered that. So that is everything that you're getting as far as gear on the Year 8 Season 1 PTS. We don't know which one of these is the actual Master Mission reward. Is it the F2000? Is it the Whiplash? Or is it the mask? I'm not entirely sure. I do kind of hope it's not the Whiplash. This is the kind of one that I think I'm interested in the most. But I do need to give the investor a bit more of a shout. I just don't see myself using the F2000, and so I kind of feel like I'd be happy if that's the master reward. But please don't shout to me if that's the one you're looking forward to the most down below in the comments. That's going to be it for the video, agents. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.